Good evening, everyone. I am your host, as always, Carl Johnson, and welcome to Weird Stuff, the show where we listen to crazy dudes and even crazier stories, and you can decide whether we believe them or not. Just hop into Twitter and tweet at us at hashtag Weird Stuff and yes or no. At the end of this episode, we count votes and make the decision if we believe our guest or not. Today's guest is a bit of a special kind. Man who has claimed to have traveled in time. Welcome our guest, Ossi from ISIS, Institution of Scientifically Incorrect Stuff. Welcome. First of all, your institution's name kind of is really similar to the globally known terrorist organization known as ISIS. Do you ever get in trouble because of that?
What? I never heard of it. Never heard of that.
You know, never mind. So, you claim that you have traveled back in time. Is that correct?
Yes! Many times. I just popped here by accident.
Yes, of course. So, we all are very interested in how did you exactly manage to travel back in time?
Well, once upon a time when me and my pals were visiting a bar, we were having a drinks, we ate a rabbit and a squirrel. Then one of my friends named Bob told me that you wouldn't dare to make a time machine. And I was like, hold my beer. And so then I made a time machine using a microwave, a blender, and an alarm clock. I used it, the way it works is that the blender, when the alarm clock is put in the blender breaks the clock and shatters the fabric of the universe, breaking through the time and space, and the microwave sent me to the random place in time. That's why I popped here by accident, because I was just having a good conversation with Leonardo da Vinci about girls. He came up with Mona Lisa because of that.
Okay. Very, very interesting indeed. How was it, the whole time traveling thing? Because is it anything like we all have seen in the movies, like all these crazy visual effects and portals and whole time and space going sideways and all that stuff? How is it? How does it feel to travel in time?
It's like laying down to a floor of taxi. It's full of questionable liquids, and the whole space between the realities and time and all that kind of wimey-timey thingy-wingy is full of bananas. You won't get hungry on those trips.
Full of bananas?
Yes, bananas. Nobody expects a banana.
Yeah. Indeed. Okay. So, assuming you, well, of course you are here because you have traveled in time, yes. So, where was the, when, should I say, was the first period of time that you visited on your journey?
Well, as a kid I was really fascinated by dinosaurs. So I traveled back in time about 65 million years and decided to take a look at Tyrannosauruses. But I accidentally crashed my microwave to a rock because I had done a fatal miscalculation with the coordinates, and I materialized in outer space and crashed into that rock and accidentally made that rock crash to Earth, which might have killed the dinosaurs.
So, what you're saying is that you appearing in the dinosaur time period, you happen to hit a piece of rock that supposedly killed all dinosaurs.
That is correct.
Okay, we might have to rewrite the history books.
I'm
Yes.
doing it currently by myself.
Of
The
course,
book
of
will
course.
be available in 2 weeks.
Sure. Looking forward to that. Where did you go next?
Well, after that, I decided to go a little bit. I decided to not go that far back because, well, that would mix up the whole time and space and all that kind of stuff. But I still decided to visit the past once more. So I decided to go to the year 10,000 BC. I took my fridge with me so I wouldn't get hungry. I could store the bananas there, but I believe I forgot my fridge there because in the end, after I had visited, the ice age started. I believe I left my fridge open.
There was an ice age because you left your fridge open.
That is one possibility. It's also the most likely one.
Okay. Did you visit any other times?
Well, as
Any other very destructive events that you caused, like killing dinosaurs or causing an ice age?
Well, not so destructive after that anymore. Well, as I said, I visited Leonardo da Vinci just recently, but before that, there have been many places where I have visited. One is that in 1939, I decided to visit Hitler. I heard he was a good speaker, so I decided to go and visit him. But in the end, I believe I may have given him an idea to attack Poland.
So, are you saying that you're the reason for World War II?
I guess so. I'm not totally sure. It could have also been the Michelangelo who I took with me to that journey.
I have to ask you, do you have any evidence to prove this? For example...
Lots of actually. Good you asked. Because as a science person, I always take selfies about myself when I visit some guy.
Okay, let's see. Guys, can you bring this up so audience can see this? Okay. Yeah, very impressive photographing skills indeed. May we take a small break now? I have to get some water, perhaps. We will see in 15 minutes. Roll the ads.
Buy this product, this is good.
We're back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Weird Stuff. this time we have a guest who has claimed to be traveling back in time. Essa Lorsi, he has told us where he has been and how he has managed to do that with a microwave and a blender thing. And he has shown us evidence as well, so we're off to a good start here. To be fair, this whole invention of yours is revolutionary. No one has ever been able to travel back in time. So, have you ever thought of sharing your technology to fellow scientists, for example?
Well, many times actually, but as it turns out, my fellow scientists are really narrow-minded fools because they don't believe me even if I have the evidence on hand. They claim that I'm drunk. I may have taken a little bit, but I still have the evidence right here which proves that I have been into the past. But because of that, because no one believes me, I'm currently writing that book that I've mentioned. It has all the things I have discovered during my travels about how the human civilization has formed over the course of the years, and all the truths that have been hidden so far. It also has the negative side effects of the time travel too, because I have ran into my own paradoxes many times. I always carry a gun with me so I can dispose of them.
So, you said you have ran into paradoxes, and you carry a gun with you. As far as I'm concerned, paradoxes aren't physical beings that can be shot, but what do I know? You're the man who's been time traveling.
Exactly, that's what Santa Claus wants you to think.
Huh.
You will learn more about when you read the book.
Of course. Okay. So, I guess we are pretty much done here. Let's take a look at the votes. Do you believe our time traveler guest here or no? And here it is, 562 votes to 1. And according to new information, that one vote for you was an accident apparently. Yes, it was. So 500 and whatever it was to 0 apparently, so unfortunately you sir are full of shit. But thank you for visiting. Do you have anything to add?
I visited my grandfather just yesterday. I wanted to see what kind of person he was, because when I was born, he was already dead. But when I visited him, I actually accidentally crashed my time machine into him. He became squashed.
Yeah. We already know that your story might be not that valid, but if you were to have time traveled in reality, if you would have killed your grandfather, as you told, wouldn't that mean that you haven't been even born in the first place? How do you explain that?
Well, that I can explain by the fact that...
But... what? Guys, where did he go? I swear there was a man here like 2 seconds ago.
And because my recent study shows that the antiparticle radiation I found from the depths of my couch proves that time travel is not possible.
Very, very interesting indeed. I think that concludes our episode. Thank you for listening, Professor Shalom Asscrack. And we will see on the next episode of Legit Stuff. See you on next Tuesday.